A Buffalo police officer who landed on the wrong side of the law will not return to work. Robert ELOFF resigned today for his role in a chaotic night at a bar in Buffalo. He also pled guilty to a lesser charge.
ELOFF was off duty at Molly's Pub when Jeffrey Basil shoved William Sager down a flight of stairs. Sager later died. ELOFF pleaded guilty to deprivation of rights. He could get up to a year in prison when he's sentenced. News 4's Marissa Perlman is in downtown Buffalo to tell us more about what happened that night at Molly's Pub.
An emotional day in court for the parents of William Sager. Robert ELOFF will face up to 1 year in federal prison and is now forced to resign from the Buffalo Police Department, something William Sager's parents say gives them a little bit of closure.
Be a police officer, don't be a cop. Do what's right, don't do what's wrong.
2 years later, court proceedings bring up memories for the family of William Sager Jr.
He would have been a state trooper by now. He was just about ready to go in.
In May of 2014, Sager was pushed downstairs by bar manager Jeffrey Basil at Molly's Pub. He later died from his injuries. For Robert ELOFF, it's his actions that night that forced him to turn in his badge and plead guilty to deprivation of rights under color of law in federal court.
He is a convicted federal civil rights violator, and he will forever be known as such, in addition to now being forced to resign in disgrace.
ELOFF admits to violating Donald Hall's rights outside of Molly's Pub. Hall is Sager's friend who ELOFF arrested that night. ELOFF was originally charged with at least 2 felonies, but he's now pleading guilty to a misdemeanor charge.
Facing 12 months in prison, if you're a former police officer, is hardly a slap on the wrist. Secondly, the alternative was for Officer ELOFF not to have been punished or prosecuted in any way, shape, or form.
But this charge is too light for Sager's family.
Would I like to see a felony? Of course, everybody would like to see a felony.
He's accepted responsibility. He's prepared to move forward with his life.
ELOFF's attorney says this wasn't an easy day for the father of 2.
We hope that nobody will forget the fact what a terrific police officer he was when he was on duty, all the good things he did.
ELOFF will be sentenced here at the federal courthouse on October 3rd. He is free on bail until that day. More on what's inside that 10-page plea agreement coming up in our next half hour. Reporting outside the federal courthouse in downtown Buffalo, Marissa Perlman, News 4.